with the Malta Eurovision Song Contest 2023, and with us now is the act that's closing out the semi-final. It's the Busker. Hello guys, nice to meet you.
Hi, JP, yeah, was it?
That's correct, yes.
How are you feeling today?
Very good. It's good to be back in Malta and enjoy the music that are in the competition.
Yes.
Now, the Busker. Who is who in the Busker? Three lovely boys, so starting off with you.
Yeah, so I'm Dave Jr. I'm the vocalist and guitarist when I get to play the guitar.
John Paul on drums.
And Sean on saxophone.
So it's a three-piece
band, yes.
On stage. So how did you guys meet each other?
So it's through networking and friends of friends that we ended up playing all together. We used to be a four-piece, but then the bassist decided to take a different career path. But I was closer to the bassist, but he introduced me to these great gentlemen. So now we've been working at it for the past 2.5, close to 3 years. Making our music, and this year we decided to take it a step further with Malta Eurovision Song Contest.
And after the Malta Eurovision Song Contest, you plan to stay together?
No, for sure. This is an ongoing project. We've been having many plans. Part of our plan is actually to record albums after this. So we're using Eurovision as a platform for our music to grow further and hopefully even our audience.
Okay. How did the idea come up to join or take a song to the Malta Eurovision Song Contest?
I think discussions start when every time we're watching Eurovision Song Contest in general. We are so avid watchers of it. We even meet up. For the past 3 years we've been meeting up together and watching it ourselves, and I think a bit of us always wanted to be on that stage, because obviously music is everywhere for us, it's our lives. So having a platform so big where we can be part of and share our music, which is dear to us, because we're all songwriters and we all enjoy writing music. In fact, our song is written, it's homegrown, we all wrote it ourselves. So it's a matter of sharing our music with confidence on a stage.
Let's talk about the music. The song is called Dance.
Yes.
So tell us what it's all about.
So the storyline of the song is actually, in fact, feeling a bit socially anxious at a party, and making your way out, finding comfort in your friends and at your own party, which is usually at home. So it's taking the party from a party social setting into an individual intimate setting.
Mm-hmm. Wow, so it's indeed closing out the show, I think?
No, we are close to halfway through.
Halfway through. So what position would you like to have in the running order?
That's always a hit or miss, because you can never really wish for something, be careful what to wish for. I think, in our case, I think we have a very good place at the moment. I think anywhere closer to between 13 and 19 area in 24 songs is very good.
The creation of the song itself, did you write it or who wrote the song for you?
No, so we are the songwriters of the song. We started working on it this summer. We closed it off end of October. We got our dear friend and kind of mentor, Matthew James Borch, on it as well. He kind of co-produced it and directed us where the song will be a bit more listenable, I guess. Mm-hmm. But surely we are the writers, so the Busker is the name of the track, behind the track.
Wow. What's the plan for you after the Eurovision Song Contest here in Malta?
I think, I mean, depends where the contest will go. There might be different plans, but obviously we're planning on recording more music, performing more places, hopefully not just in Malta. We try to plan to travel a bit more with our music, but definitely it's just more music down the line.
Traveling also outside of Malta,
it's always been a plan of ours. It's always been a plan of ours.
For that, the Malta Eurovision Song Contest is already a great platform.
Yes,
it is watched by the fans as well outside of Malta.
No, it's perfect. That's the reason why we're here. As it's getting harder and harder to deliver your music to listeners. Finding the right people to put your music out there for. So I think Malta Eurovision Song Contest gives you that place where you can submit your song, perform, and hopefully get your niche closer to you.
Wow, very good. So wow, and you're really good in interviews.
Excellent, actually. That's what I was saying. I'm really
It's very
impressed.
good, yeah. So when you don't give interviews or do music, so what are you busy with beside music?
Yeah, so we're all qualified in different areas. I'm in health science. I'm a podiatrist.
Wow.
I'm a pharmacist, but I work in management at the moment.
So that's already close link there as well, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm marketing then.
Marketing.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our what we spend most of our time on during the day. But we always stick to at least a minimum of 2 rehearsals per week, where we meet up. It's like strategize, write, and also produce our songs.
So how would you class or define your musical style as a group?
I think it's that's a hard question because I think it's ever evolving. The Busker, before I joined in, there was a different singer, different frontman. It was mostly folk blues. Since the introduction of me and trying to liaise both styles, we ended up looking at soul, funk, and probably a bit synth funk. I think that's the word.
Well, something I need to tell you, when in 2021 Italy went to the Eurovision Song Contest, Måneskin,
Yeah.
before they won, I interviewed them. And actually, there were street buskers in Italy.
Yes.
Then they went to Sanremo, then to the Eurovision Song Contest and winning it. So it's something quite good that you do actually, the busker. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So how did you get that name?
It started out by playing streets of Malta. And sort of, I think that's where the name originated. And sort of, we wanted to represent someone who's there in the streets, you know, and playing music. Sort of, there's that authenticity to it. So we liked a representation. We'll sort of be a representation of the name, the Busker.
And what's nice about the name, me coming into the name of the Busker, was that, as Jean-Paul said, it's an ode to anyone who's on the streets performing music and making music their lives, and that anyone can be really the Busker. You know, it's not just us in a way.
Exactly.
Wow, I couldn't, because I can't sing.
I can't sing either, mate. Grab an instrument, makes it easier.
I can't even do that, you see.
You can do other talents though. As in, a Busker
Yeah,
can be
the
anyone,
Busker
not
can
only
be
the
anyone,
music.
yeah.
I think. Well, actually, what are your favorite moments of the Eurovision Song Contest from the past?
From the past?
Locally or internationally?
First internationally, and then we do the locally after.
I think internationally, as you mentioned, having Måneskin win the Eurovision set a new rather than standard, set a new trend. I think from Måneskin and then having the following, the same year having 2 other placings in the top 3 with a different language, having Voila and Tout l'univers, and having that set a trend of artistry, in my opinion. I'm not saying that, I mean, with times that are changing, you can see that there's a different trends, in different times. Whereas when ABBA performed, there was that level of artistry as well. So Eurovision set that trend from the start. It's just a matter of now there's a bit of more, I think, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like a mood for the winners.
Yes.
Everyone's looking for a certain mood.
And even after the Eurovision, like, let's take an example. Last year, for example, there was Sam Ryder as well, you know.
Exactly.
All of these acts, Måneskin, Sam Ryder, they are doing something, you know. It's, as we said, the Eurovision is a great platform for artists who strive to, to work even more after
Like
they...
trendsetters, maybe? Is that the...
I think the word, it's showing that it's a platform. It's showing that it's such a base of music. It's putting out good music, which is radio friendly, which has its own niche, that no one should shy away from presenting themselves. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. It's that people starting from home, just in their room writing songs, can get to a stage because it's accessible, and if the skill is right and if the song is right, nothing can stop it. I think I can't remember who said it, but like nothing can really stop a good song. So if you manage if you put your skill to work, it can go places. I think that's what we aim for.
That's amazing.
Fingers crossed.
And one more question is, Malta has a big tradition in the Eurovision Song Contest. It's basically going through your veins, yeah?
Yeah.
Eurovision.
Yes.
But what are your favorites from the past years in Malta?
Very difficult question.
Very difficult.
Because obviously you have to take into consideration when we were young, you know, maybe our music taste was different, so it changes, I think, with time. Personally, one of my favorites definitely is Destiny's song. I thought it was
Yeah, Je me casse. But also the one that didn't get into Eurovision, in the Eurovision stage.
Was also Destiny. Huh?
All of your love.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
All of
yeah,
my- there was also my personal favorites from Chris Gregg. I can't remember the year. He didn't win it, but he still participated with the song. There's Fabrizio Faniello, which we adore, and we're getting to meet these people. There's
Yes.
also Ludwig from Julian Ludwig, On Again Off Again. Ira Losko as always.
Yes.
Ira.
Yeah, the goddess of
Yeah.
modern music.
So for us, I think, as Jean-Paul mentioned, growing up through Eurovision, it is kind of ingrained in our veins as Maltese culture goes.
And they represent, you know, childhood memories
Yes.
as well. For example, like Claudette Butch, Desire. You still hear it being played at
Yes,
private
till this
events,
day.
which is something great. It takes you back to time.
And the beauty of it is that growing up and loving music, this was what we always
Yes.
looked forward to. You know, after Christmas, there's not much going on television, and there's kind of the dip of the winter mood. You know,
Let's have the Malta finals.
let's have Eurovision. And back then they used to put the lyrics on their website, so we used to print them
Yes.
out and sing along
Yes,
to
I
the
remember,
songs.
I remember.
So it was there was a big culture around it, and for us to be part of it this year is phenomenal.
Guys, you're fantastic. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
The Busker and dance at the Malta Eurovision Song Contest. Good luck.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, JP.
Wow, what a